technology that's emerging, is people try to get on board and a lot of them do it for the wrong reasons. So it's about getting through that and how do we get to the people, get to the masses to really show them the technology that we're really passionate about. So, Unity. As I said before, the world is not black and white. There's many different projects. There's a lot of jealousy between the different projects. And it's something that really doesn't help out the entire community as a whole. I realized again when we started Ethereum that people weren't happy in the Bitcoin space. And then with Ethereum, even the community that's evolving around that seems very tight to the whole Ethereum project. Now, I'm no longer involved with Ethereum. That's been since January 2015. But I saw the same formations as the Bitcoin space back then, where it was like one thing or the other. This is, we only care about this. You got people coming up saying, I'm 100% Ethereum. And to me, it's such a narrow-sighted and a very simple point of view that doesn't help the whole ecosystem progress. We're in a time right now where it would be a very silly thing to pick winners or losers. The technologies are so new, they're being tested. If you look at the Ethereum space right now, the whole number of forks going on, the unknown, people building products just on top of Ethereum, really put themselves in a position where if something were to happen to the platform or happen to any platform, or something, it goes out or something big happens, they're in a lot of trouble because that's what they've been building around for. That's actually the only platforms that they've been working on. And again, very narrow-minded to take that approach in such an early technology. We need a unified community with an extended vision, a very whole vision. And the products that we create right now in the wallet space with Jax, multi-token, multi-platform, embrace the entire technology, the entire ecosystem, and don't pick the winners or losers right now, because who knows what's going to emerge. And if you do tie yourself down to one thing, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Education. Right now, I don't know where to send my dad to get information on the technology. People ask me, hey, where can I go to learn about it? And it's really all over the place. The media doesn't do a very good job in our space of showing accuracy. A lot of it is influenced by different projects that the media companies are working for. There's really not a good source of education, not a very good source or one place that people can go to get an unbiased view and information on the entire ecosystem. So the solution, I think, comes down to three things. It's good design and good elements that people can actually understand and learn, people like my dad. Unity, bringing the communities together under a unified approach for the technology and not being so polarized around the technologies they're working with. And educating. I've done 110 events over the last few years, conferences, meetups. It's really become a place that people can learn and people can come together. I have a space called Decentral in Toronto, which has become a hub in Toronto, in Canada, for the whole blockchain ecosystem. And that's something that we launched in 2014. It was actually the home and birthplace of Ethereum. So what I am proposing today and what we've been working on for a while is something called the Decentral Project. The Decentral Project's goal and aim is to bring all the communities together and offer the tools and resources for all the different platforms out there so that they can emerge. It's unbelievable, but it's something like a Litecoin. Now, it doesn't matter whether you think it's something that has value or not. It's about people having choice, and if they want to use it, they can actually do it. But something like Litecoin didn't have any products or wallets, really, that people could use. And last week, or 2 weeks ago, we launched Litecoin on 9 different platforms so that people now have a Litecoin wallet on many different platforms, Android, Chrome extensions, Apple. And it's really given that community a boost, and it's given them something that they can use. We've also done the same thing with Dash. We've got Monero coming out on it soon. So it's really about providing the tools for the entire community to use, and it's about providing choice and value for the different communities. We also were the first to bring out the Ethereum wallets. We brought out Ethereum Classic as well. And we brought out the DAO maybe a little bit too early, and I can't wait to get rid of that one out of our wallet. We're building 2 hardware pieces for the entire ecosystem, and we're building what we want to be the blockchain interface. A one-stop shop where different community members from different projects can go and get the tools and sources that they need in order to help advance the technologies that they believe in. So this is the first item that we haven't announced yet, and it's the first time we are putting it out there. This is called the Jax Cube. And we're considering this your world computer. It's going to be a device that's going to have full nodes for whichever community you support, any technologies you support. With our wallets, when we put out a new token, we're not just putting out the wallet, we're actually putting out the full backend infrastructure and APIs for every different coin and token that we're bringing out. So we've got Ethereum APIs, we've got Ethereum relay systems, we've got Litecoin, we've got Dash. All the different ones that we put out, again, is not just about here's a wallet and we're using other people's services to do it, but we're creating the full nodes and we'll be able to ship, you know, our product. It's going to, think of this as your life in a box for the future. A place where you're going to have all your assets, where you're in full control of the keys as you move forward through life in the digital space, where eventually you're going to have your contract, you're going to have every element of it. And our goal is to actually incentivize node creation. It's something I don't think it's been done very well, where people don't understand how to really do it, but that's something that we're tackling, is how do we create more and more nodes for the different projects that we're supporting. I had some demos of the actual product here, but they're stuck in customs right now, unfortunately. This is the Jax Ice Cube. So this goes along with the Jax Cube, but this is the cold storage device that we announced a few months ago, actually. What this is a completely disconnected hardware solution that stores your private keys for any token that we support, and it connects via QR code and screen, so that there's no physical connection between the two devices. So what you're doing is you're initiating a transaction on the Cube or on your Jax wallet. It then is scanning an unsigned transaction from the Cube, signing it with the private key, and then sending a screenshot of the QR code signed back to the hot device. So this is going to be our entry into the market of hardware wallets, and I think what we're going to offer is the ability for people to explore many, many different types of tokens for any projects that we start supporting in the future. This is our flagship product. This is the Jax wallet. Again, we're available on 9 different platforms across many different devices. We hold a total of 8 tokens right now. After my presentation, we're going to be announcing there's another token that we're adding. And we're also announcing a project called Decentral Station. Decentral Station, when I talk about the education, when I talk about the hub that needs to be created for the different currencies and a place where I can send my dad to learn about all the technologies, that's going to be Decentral Station. It's going to be a new platform that easily onboards people into the different platforms and into the space. It's going to be heavily gamified, and no, we're not going to do an ICO for our product. Too many of them going on right now. There's too many fundraisers, money coming in for launching projects, and I always like doing things differently. Aside from Ethereum and the crowdfund there, all my projects that we operate, we've got 20 full-time staff working on Decentral and working on Jax, completely self-funded, and that's the way we're going to continue to do things. We won't do pre-sales, we're not going to do an ICO. In fact, we're going to be launching a native token for Jax and for the Decentral Station, but it's going to be more of a reward system. And it's going to be something that we're going to be giving away for people that are helping to build the community. And it's going to be actually used in our wallet to add pro services and to add other elements. We're going to have trading bots inside of the Decentral Station. We're going to have all the tools that people need from the different communities. These are the integration and community partners that we've already established for Jax. We're announcing today that we're going to be doing also Trezor integration for Jax. We've already announced Ledger integration. So even though we're coming up with our hardware wallet, it doesn't matter. We're still going to be supporting the other hardware wallets that are out there as well. We've got already Shapeshift integration inside of our wallet. Soon Coinbase integration will be in there so that people can buy with debit cards and credit cards directly inside their wallet to onboard from the fiat space. And this is the community partners that we are going to be starting to work with and that we have been already adding in the elements into Jax. So as I said, we've got Monero coming up. We've already launched Augur, Dash, Ethereum Classic. And we're going to take a break from adding tokens soon after we get Ripple out of the way, after we get Lisk is coming up this week, and after we get Monero. Monero's been the tricky one for us, but that's one we want to get into really quickly. So can I get the rootstock guys? Are they in the room? You guys want to come up?